708. That noise is very satisfying, the buzzer noise.
Petros.
Can't see everybody. Why do I only see 4 people? Is there a way to see everybody? Here's the rest. Bill, the Bobcas made it to London.
Well, the Bobcas made it to Orlando.
Oh, you're Orlando.
Yes, where Bobcas belong.
Rochelle, I can barely hear you. Is it distance from microphone?
I can hear her finely.
Huh. I can hear you fine, John.
Nick, can you hear me? Okay, I see you nodding your head.
Yeah, coming through well.
Okay.
I hear all of you except Rochelle.
Yeah, I'm with Bob.
Right, I don't hear Rochelle at all right now.
Well, she's not talking at the moment.
Her lips are moving.
I'm talking.
Ah.
She's a low talker.
What do I do? What do I do?
Maybe, do you want to pop out and pop back in, Rochelle?
Oh, wait a second. Hold on.
I got my babka in Orlando. Yum, yum, I had a tasty time.
And just FYI for the group, Brandon Jones is having Zoom issues, so he is restarting his computer.
Yeah, I'm on GChat with him.
Okay. Petros, who's your men's Wimbledon favorite? You're on mute.
Is that even?
Hold on, I was trying to unmute the right one. I don't know if that's a question, Lee. We have this conversation every year, so I would be happy if either Federer or Nadal were to win the match. If they were playing each other, I'd have to go Federer. But if they're not playing each other, then I'd be happy with either of the two. But Nick and I were having this conversation a couple weeks ago. I want to see some new life come into, right? I think it's, so I like it when they get a little bit, I think Federer had a little tough time yesterday. I forget what the guy's name was, right? But it's like Benoit Paire, right? So
the French guy,
yeah. So how about you, Lee?
Well, if we're going to have the same conversation we have that every year, I'd love to see a Federer and Nadal finals.
Yes.
With Nadal winning.
Yes. Yeah. That would be
in 5 epic sets.
Yeah. I made a resolution last year that if it was a Federer Nadal final or some match, I would go buy a new 4K TV, and I have that still. So that is still on the docket, but we'll see.
See, I'm hoping for Federer Kyrgios rematch of the Laver Cup from last year, which would be pretty awesome.
Can I get a Michael Chang setting, or is that 20 years too late?
Yeah.
20 years off? Sorry.
A little bit too late.
Dan Strafford likes the underhanded serve.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, if you want to be underhanded, you could root for Big Bill Tilden.
Oh. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
I missed the tennis conversation. I hate that.
Is that what inspired you to fix your audio, Rochelle?
Yeah. I didn't fix it. I don't know what happened to it in the first place. Oops.
So trying to work with Brendan to get him in here. He's having trouble. Zoom's asking him to log in, which it's been doing to random people along the way. So we'll update you shortly.
Should I be concerned that what I see does not include my name under the teams? It's on my buzzer, but it's not on the screen, which I can see.
Can you test buzz, Bill? No, you're good.
That's weird, though. I can't see him listed either.
Yeah.
It shows up when he buzzes.
Bill, are you on your phone?
I'm on my laptop.
I mean,
for
on
the
the
game,
buzzer.
and my buzzer's on my phone.
Did your phone go to sleep at all?
I keep thinking that it has, so I keep touching it.
Okay, so it
doesn't.
may have at some point just gone.
It might have done that.
And so what that does is it caches the page and can kick you off the scorekeeper side. If you ever see that you're dropped off on your side, obviously refresh and rejoin, but you should be fine.
Perfect.
Now you've got that in my head. You happy, Bob?
So Elizabeth, so you know what you're looking at just now was blocking the screen. So
Gotcha.
This is enthralling.
It's all just for you, Lee. It's all one giant show for Lee Weiss.
What's enthralling?
This these first 8 minutes of match play.
Oh. Well, that's one adjective. Grim and dull are two others. Are we waiting for people, or what's up?
I don't know where Misha is. He said he could make it, and we
somehow we have no Misha or no Brandon Jones.
Maybe they're.
Patrick, do you want to ask Misha, send him a note, seeing if
I've texted him and I've pinged him. So.
And how about Brandon? Anybody?
Brandon, I just G-chatted again. Waiting to see what he has going.
He said, Brandon said we can start and he'll join in medias res if he needs to.
All right, I'll keep working with him to try to get him in.
All right, well, keep an eye on us too, Dan.
I have faith in you, Bob.
All right. So shall we start with 3-on-3?
Yeah, and then if Misha joins, he makes it, he can.
Sure.
Join. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. As long as nobody switches teams.
Yeah.
In mid-horse, we're okay. Well, hi everybody. This is very exciting. This is one of the matchups that has been long anticipated in the bracket, at least by me. And I think. What's that?
By whom?
By me, for one, and by I think TPT watchers.
All 4 of them, yep.
Well, however many there are, this is the sort of match that would engender more. We have 2 very strong teams. Always a Bridesmaid is the red team, and Lee is their captain. Thunk, Distraught is the blue team, and Petros is their captain. We have 6, possibly 7 or 8 by the time we're through, very strong players, all of whom know that they are constrained not by waiting till the end of the clue, because you can buzz in whenever you want to, but constrained by the restriction on 2 buzzes per 5-clue category. Okay, and people have been using the very popular Vegas dealer sign for "I'm done." Feel free to do whatever you want to do, but if you buzz in a 3rd time, your team will lose points, and that's. We haven't had to do that the whole tournament this year, though we did last year, and we'll see how it works. Okay, I think I've got some really good clues for you all, as befits the strength of these 2 teams. So have we tested the buzzers, Dan? Are we all set?
Probably worth doing a quick round here at the top. Okay. Rochelle, can you test buzz? Thank you. Lee? Thank you. John? Excellent. Nick? Mr. Manassi? And Mr. Keevan? Great. So good to go.
Okay. Good luck, teams. Hands on your buzzers for the first round, 1 to 5 points. Our first category is stringed, or stringed if you prefer, instruments. Stringed instruments. Good luck. Here we go for 1 point. The Oxford English Dictionary says this word for a violin is, quote, only in familiar or contemptuous use. Petros.
A fiddle.
Fiddle is right. First blood to the blue team for 1 point. Stringed instruments for 2. Compared to the violin, it has a low C string instead of a high E string. Lee?
Cello?
Say again?
Is it the cello?
Incorrect. Break for the blue team this early. And teams, you may consult with an open mic because it's more fun for us.
It's a viola.
viola.
Viola, yeah. It's a viola. Bob, we're going to answer viola.
Final answer?
Yes, final answer.
I've been asking for that 2-word phrase because we had a little trouble last week. Finally, that's right. Viola is correct.
Great.
Okay, lots of clues ahead. Okay, teams. For 3 points, give a listen. This instrument precedes Rain in a Bruce Hornsby title. John?
Is that a mandolin?
It is a mandolin for 3 points. Very good. And that was my first audio clue ever.
I really like that song. But...
Oh, it's my favorite song. Oh my God, I love it.
Yep.
If we had music between the rounds, I would play that to take us into the commercial. Here we go for 4 points in stringed instruments. The modern harp has 47 strings and 7 of these to raise the string's pitch. Rochelle?
Pedals?
Pedals is right. Very good for 4 points. Finally, for 5 points in stringed instruments, Jacqueline Dupre made an acclaimed Carnegie Hall debut May 14, 1965, playing Elgar's concerto for this instrument. Petros?
Cello?
Cello is right for 5 points. And she was afflicted with polio or multiple sclerosis. Anyway, the film Duet for One told her story. Beautiful musician. Okay, well done, everybody. We now go to our next category, Meet My Exes. Meet My Exes. Here we go for 1 point. Mimi Rogers and Nicole Kidman. Rochelle?
Tom Cruise.
That's right. Rochelle, can you tilt your camera a little bit? Because I'm getting a real, thanks. I'm getting a real glare from the light. Thank you. 1 point, that's correct.
It's just her halo, Bob.
Well, I know, we have to diminish that. But that's what we're here for. Here we go for Meet My Exes for 2. Andre Previn, Frank Sinatra, Woody Allen. Rochelle?
Mia Farrow.
Mia Farrow. Admittedly, she and Woody Allen never married, but he must qualify as an ex. Okay, Rochelle's out of the category for 3 points. Meet My Exes. Don Johnson, Stephen Bauer, Don Johnson. Bill?
Melanie Griffith.
Melanie Griffith is right for 3 points. Meet My Exes for 4. Peter Allen, Jack Haley Jr., Mark Giro, David Jest. John?
I'm ashamed to admit I know this, but it's Liza Minnelli.
Liza Minnelli is right. That's her honor roll. And your honor roll as we go to 5 points for Meet My Exes. John Lloyd, Greg Norman. John Lloyd, Greg Norman. John?
Chris Everett.
Chris Everett, yeah. It was all I could do, holding my tongue with all that tennis talk, knowing this was coming up. Chris Everett is right. Next, we're all back into it for annual events. Annual events for 1 point. The Trailing of the Sheep Festival. The Trailing of the Sheep Festival in Ketchum and Haley in this state has workshops, Rochelle. You've got to unmute there.
Idaho?
That is correct. Yes, Idaho, Ketchum, Idaho. That's where Hemingway left us. Workshops on how to cook lamb and work with wool. I'm going this year. Here we go for 2 points, annual events. In 1941, Congress made this a paid federal holiday 165 years after it was first celebrated. In 1941, Congress made this, Bill?
The 4th of July?
Or Independence Day. That's correct. You did the quick math. Well done, sir. Annual events for 3. The Saturday after Thanksgiving, Saley, South Carolina, celebrates with a festival devoted to these fried pig intestines. The Saturday, Nick?
Chitlins?
Chitlins is correct. Chitterlings, we will accept the other G because chitterlings is the full word. Ooh, I'm not going to that one. Here we go for 4 points. Fence painting and frog jumping contests are highlights of an annual festival held in this Missouri city. John?
Hannibal.
Hannibal is correct. Mark Twain's hometown, as it happens. Finally, annual events for 5 points. This city's Wyatt Earp Days features, yes, John?
Tombstone.
A chili cook-off and an 1880s fashion show. Tombstone is correct for 5 points. What's next? Oh, Tigers by the Tail, but it's spelled T-A-L-E. Tigers by the Tail, T-A-L-E, for 1 point. The house at Pooh Corner is his lair. Lee?
Tigger?
Tigger is correct for 1 point. Tigers by the Tail for 2. Shere Khan is a terrible tiger. Bill?
Jungle Book.
The Jungle Book, this 1894 work. And good 2016 movie. Very surprisingly good. That's correct for 2 points. For 3 points, Tigers by the T-A-L-E Tail. In Angela Carter's Lizzie's Tiger, this future axe wielder goes to see a circus tiger. In Angela Carter's Lizzie's Tiger, this future, John?
Lizzie Borden.
Lizzie Borden, that's right. No word on how many whacks she gave the feline in question. That's correct. Tigers by the Tail for 4. This British Enlightenment philosopher gave his name to a talking tiger in a popular Lee?
Is it Hobbes?
Yes, Thomas Hobbes, that's right. Of Calvin and Hobbes, of course. Lee is out of the category, I believe. That was your second. Here we go for 5 points for everybody else. A tiger named Richard Parker shares a life raft with a boy in Jan Martel's, John?
Pi.
Life of Pi is correct for 5 points. Okay, at the end of 4 categories, because I'm so excited, I forgot to announce it. We have Always a Bridesmaid 40, Saw, Thunk, Distraught 18, lots of points to go. Our next category is specialties, but the letter T is in quotes, so it's special T's. The letter T will start every correct response. For instance, Patron or Patron Silver is a premium type of this potent potable. Nick?
Tequila.
Tequila is the T we want. 1 point for the blue team. Specialties, T in quotes, for 2 points. Hershey's Score Bar is this type of candy enrobed in chocolate. Petros?
Toffee.
Toffee is the T. 2 points for the blue team. Specialties for 3. These Spanish appetizers run the gamut from, Rochelle?
Tapas.
Tapas is right. Olives, all the way to cold omelets, I'm told. Specialties for 4. The name of this Italian dessert means carry me up. Lee?
Tiramisu?
That's right, tiramisu. And like myself, many assume the unspoken continuation must be to heaven. It's my favorite dessert by far. Okay, special teas for 5 points, wrapping it up. The Mineola is a common variety of this hybrid citrus fruit. The Mineola, Bill?
Tangelo.
Tangelo is right for 5 points for the blue team. The Tangelo. Okay, now we have the category that made me think that this would be an appropriate board for these two teams. Fun with state names. Fun with state names. Good luck, teams, for 1 point. Keep up. These are the two states with 3 sets of double letters. Keep up. These are the two states with 3 sets of double letters. 5 seconds. Bill?
What are Tennessee and Mississippi?
That is right for 1 point. Told you, these are hard. So I knew this would be appropriate for these two teams. Okay. Fun with state names for 2. The one letter that does not appear in any of the 50 state names. John?
Q.
Q is it. Q is it for 2 points. Somebody on the show guessed J for 3 points. And don't give us Y, okay? We don't need the aggravation. The one vowel that does not begin a state name. Don't give us Y, we don't need the aggravation. The one vowel that does not, BJ?
U.
Incorrect. We subtract 3 points, and that's a break for the blue team. I'll repeat it. Don't say Y, we don't need the aggravation. The one vowel that does not begin a state name.
So there's A, Alaska.
Lots of
I, Idaho. U, Utah. O, Oregon. So it's E.
It's got to be E. Yep.
Bob, we say E.
Final answer?
Final answer.
That is correct. E is the one. We're asking the captains to say final answer to avoid problems that we've had in a couple of matches. Very well done. Okay, here we go for 4 points. Fun with state names. 8 states begin with M, and another 8 with this letter. Bill?
N.
N is right for 4 points. Nevada, Nebraska, New Jersey, New York, you got the list. Okay, Bill is out of this category. So for Nick and Petros and the entirety of the red team, for 5 points. The one that ends with G. The one, John?
Wyoming.
Wyoming is right for 5 points. Okay, now we go to our Kaplan crowdsource category. Items sent in by players, and I had at the last minute to get rid of one because, Bill, it was one you had submitted. And in fact, I picked 3 others, all of which I noticed were yours. So thank you for all your contributions. They've been very good. But now you're on the other side of the fence, and you are going to be working, all of you, with these clues. These are all 3 points. Good luck, teams. Most wasabi consumed in the US isn't really wasabi. Petros?
It's horseradish.
It is horseradish colored green. That's 3 points. Okay, next. The flag of Belize features 2 of these, one black, one white. No other world flag features any. The flag of Belize features 2 of these, one black, one white. No other world flag features any. 5 seconds. Ha, gotcha. This is like one of my favorite questions of all time. Dan, do you know? Dan? He is silent. The flag of Belize is the only world flag that has human beings, 2 men. There's a black man and a white man on either side of the seal, and is the only one. That's Yamil Flores sent us that one, and it's the greatest question ever. I think it's fabulous. Love it. Kathleen Acton, by the way, sent in the wasabi question. And we gotcha. Okay, good. My work here is done. Here we go for 3 points. The first US stamp celebrating an Olympics was issued in 1932 on the occasion of the Winter Games in this, Petros?
Lake Placid.
Lake Placid, New York is right. Revisited, of course, by the Olympics in 1980. Lake Placid is correct for 3 points. John Fulford sent that in. For 3 points, teams.
Am I out, Bob? Was that 2 in this category?
Yes, you are out because you had a horseradish.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you for noticing. For 3 points, everybody else. Irukandji syndrome, which makes victims certain they're about to die, is caused by a small transparent one of these. Nick?
Jellyfish.
Jellyfish is right. Very good. Yeah, it's a weird thing. When you get bitten by it, although it's rarely fatal, you feel like doom is absolutely impending. And people have said, kill me now, when they've had that syndrome, when they've been bitten by this little jellyfish.
And they're actually very small, which is even
They're
scarier.
very small. But the thing is, they have the nematocysts on their bell, not just on the tentacles. And so they can really get you. Okay.
So where are they located? So I know not to go swimming there.
They're all over the world, apparently.
Ugh.
Except your backyard. So you're okay in your pool. That Elizabeth Flagg sent that one in. I think I got some good ones for this game. Here we go for our fifth crowdsource question for 3 points. In 1983, George Brett was called out after a go-ahead home run because of an excess of this. John?
Pine tar on the bat.
Pine tar on the bat is right for Hanisha Potanendi. And at the end of the real end of the first round, we have tightened up a little bit. Always a Bridesmaid 54, saw Thunk Distraught 43, and happiest of all, no possibility of a tie. That's good. So we go to our next set of 6 categories, and all the points are doubled, and everything can really change. We start out with science. Science. We have a few scientific-minded folks here. For 2 points. Good luck, teams. They're also called erythrocytes. Rochelle?
Red blood cells.
That is right. For 2 points. Red blood cells is corrected. Science for 4. The name of this noble gas is from the Greek for new. The name of this noble gas, Rochelle? Rochelle? Can't hear you.
Neon.
Neon is right for 4 points. That's right. You are out of the category. Here we go for 6 points in science. The Haber process uses nitrogen and hydrogen to synthetically produce this pungent gas. Bill?
Ammonia.
That is right. And a triple stumper on the show. Very well done, sir. Ammonia is correct for 6 points, sorry. Here we go, science for 8. When acetic acid in vinegar reacts with CaCO3, this compound in the eggshell, bubbles of CO2 form in the vinegar and dissolve the shell, leaving just the membrane. John?
Calcium carbonate.
That is right. Calcium carbonate for 8 points. Finally, for 10 points in science, this unit of pressure is equal to about 14.7 pounds per square inch. Petros?
A Pascal.
That's incorrect. A break for the red team. Here we go with 10 points. This unit of pressure is equal to about 14.7 pounds per square inch, or 1 bar.
Lee, I think this is an atmosphere.
Michelle, do you know? Because everyone can contribute, right?
That's correct.
I mean, if John's confident, Lee, I'm always vote lively. That's what I typically say.
How confident?
Don't do that to me.
John, how confident are you?
80%.
Rochelle, any confirmation? John, what did you say again? An atmosphere?
An atmosphere.
All right, we'll try it, Bob. An atmosphere, final answer.
One atmosphere is correct. Pascal was a wrong answer on the show. And it was a triple stumper. So well done. However, since he was only 80% correct, I think we'll only give you 8 points for it. Okay. No, I'm teasing. Okay, everybody. Well, that was interesting. Here we go with TV law firms. TV law firms, from science to law. See, I think this is a good game for Kaplanites. TV law firms for 2. Glenn Close played the Hughes of Hughes and Associates on this drama. Petros?
Damages.
Damages is right for 2 points. TV law firms for 4. Callista Flockhart clocked in, Michelle.
They don't want the law firm. Ally McBeal.
That is right. Yeah, I wondered whether I could get through the word clocked before somebody would buzz in. That is right, Ally McBeal. Cage Fish and Associates, in case they ever come around asking you. Here we go for 6 points. The title vampire on this series went up against the truly demonic law firm of Wolfram and Hart. Nick?
Angel.
Angel is right. Another triple stumper. Well done, sir, for 6 points. TV law firms for 8. The firm Donnell, Young, Dole, and Frutt made Perfect on this legal drama that lost its appeal in 2004. The firm Donnell, Young, Dole, and Frutt made Perfect on this legal drama that lost its appeal in 2004. 5 seconds. John?
The Practice makes Perfect?
The Practice made Perfect. That is right for 8 points. The Practice. Finally, 10 points. On this glitzy drama, Harry Hamlin played one of the named partners, John.
LA Law.
That's right. Mackenzie, Brackman, Cheney, and Cusack. He played Cusack. That's 10 points. Okay. Our third category, alphabetically last. Alphabetically last. Alphabetically last for 2 points. Of Ivy League schools. Bill?
Yale.
That's right. Yale is right for 2. Alphabetically last of New York City's boroughs. Lee?
Queens.
Incorrect. A break for the blue team.
It's Staten Island.
Staten Island, right? Yeah.
Right?
Bronx, Brooklyn, Manhattan, Queens. Staten Island.
Staten Island.
QR, yeah. Bob, we're going to say Staten Island. Final answer. Yes, final answer.
Staten Island is right for 4 points. Okay. Alphabetically last for 6. Of the gods of the 4 winds in Greek myth. John?
Zephyr.
Zephyr is right for 6 points. Alphabetically last for 8 points. Of European capitals. John?
Zagreb.
Zagreb is right. So you were out of the category, John, and we'll see if you know this one, even if the others don't. Here we go. Alphabetically last for 10 points. Of Rome's first triumvirate. Of Rome's first triumvirate. Time. John, you know it? Oh, stumped you.
Having a clue. Maybe Sulla?
Nope. But I almost heard it. It was Julius Caesar and I think it was Cicero a second, but the alphabetically last was Pompey. Pompey the Great. Okay. At the end of the first half of the second round, commanding lead for Always a Bridesmaid, 110, saw some Thunk Distraught, 53. as they hope to amp it up. Our next category is leaning. Leaning for 2 points. Lifting or other violent abuse of a pinball machine gets you the slam type of this. Rochelle?
Tilt?
Slam tilt is right for 2 points. Tilt is right. Leaning for 4. 5-letter term for the bias or angle expressed in a news article. 5-letter term for the bias or angle, Bill?
Slant.
Slant is right for 4 points. Leaning for 6. An entry in the phone book, or what a boat is doing if it's leaning, perhaps to starboard. An entry, BJ?
Listing.
Listing is right. Good for 6 points. Here we go. Leaning for 8. Meaning a slope. It's from the Latin for bend toward. Meaning a slope. It's from the Latin for bend toward. 5 seconds. John?
Incline.
Incline is right. Triple stumper on the show. An incline. Finally, for 10 points for leaning. 10 points. Take the apostrophe out of this word and it means to lean to one side. Take the apostrophe out of this word and it means to lean to one side. 5 seconds. Time. Okay. The word is cant. C-A-N-T. To cant is to lean to one side. All right. Good on you, Jeopardy writers. After leaning, we go to tower. Tower is our next category for 2 points. Of all the USA's buildings, the one in Chicago, originally called this, has the most stories with 110. Bill?
Sears Tower.
Sears Tower is right for 2 points. Tower for 4. The White Tower in Greece was once called the Bloody Tower because this empire executed people there. The White Tower in Greece was once called the Bloody Tower because this empire executed people there. Time. Okay, yeah. They executed people for putting their feet up on the furniture. It was the Ottoman Empire. The Ottoman Empire. Okay, tower for 6. In 1994, Seattle Weekly named this tower the best place to get engaged. In 1994, Rochelle?
Space Needle?
Space Needle is right for 6 points. Well done. Tower for 8. Every night at 9:53 p.m., the ceremony of the keys begins, locking up this fortress on the Thames. John?
The Tower of London.
That is right for 8 points. Finally, tower for 10. At 1,076 feet, Sky Tower in this largest New Zealand city is the tallest freestanding structure south of the equator. At 1,076 feet, Sky Tower in this largest, Petros?
Auckland.
Auckland is right for 10 points. Auckland is the largest New Zealand city. Okay, our final category, as you are no doubt totally unsurprised to hear after leaning and tower, is of Pisa. Our final category, of Pisa, for 2 points. Yes?
I was hoping it'd be pizza.
No, it's Pisa, and you'll be amazed that they got 5 clues out of this. Here we go for 2 points. Pisa proudly proclaims itself the birthplace of this scientist in 15, Bill?
Who is Galileo?
1564, Galileo is right for 2 points. Of Pisa for 4. During this war, Pisa suffered severe damage as a part of the Axis Pesaro-Rimini defensive line. John?
Axis means World War II.
World War II is right for 4 points. Of Pisa for 6. Begun in 1773, The 8-story Leaning Tower of Pisa is clad in this stone. Begun in 1173, the 8-story Leaning Tower of Pisa is clad in this stone. Petros?
Marble?
White marble is right. We would accept white marble or marble for 6 points. For 8 points, Pisa survived the collapse of the Roman Empire to become the main urban center of this central Italian region. Pisa, Bill?
Tuscany?
Tuscany, or as Sylvester the Cat would call it, Tuscany. And that was a triple stumper on the show, so very well done. Finally, for 10 points of Pisa. Internal struggles in Pisa led to the city's defeat and occupation by this neighboring city in 1406. Internal struggles in Pisa led to the city's defeat and occupation by this neighboring city in 1406. 5 seconds. Rochelle?
I'm not sure, but Florence?
That is right. Florence is the answer, and a commanding win for Always a Bridesmaid, 154-85. But it was a match that I thought was going to be terrific, and I felt it was very, very exciting.
Fun.
You all did really beautifully. You all contributed. Thank you all so much.
Nice game, guys.
Thanks. Good to see you.
Thanks, Cam.
Thanks, everybody.